Hey everyone, either welcome back or welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I want to talk about how much migraines and IIH impact my life. So before I get into any more details, time for the intro. One of the things that I don't think a lot of people understand is how many different parts of our lives are affected by both IIH and migraine. Today I want to go over some of those and just paint a picture so that you guys can understand how much of our lives are impacted. This video will be particularly for people who don't have either migraines or IIH, but I'm hoping that it provides a little bit of comfort to the rest of you and saying that you are definitely not alone. The first one that I want to get into is how much IIH and migraines have taken away from me. I try and stay positive on this channel by doing videos of the opposite, where IIH and migraines have provided so much to me, because both is true, but IIH and migraines have taken a lot away from me. I talked about in my previous video, actually, at the end, talking about how close I was to not finishing my degree. I've also talked about that in my older videos too, from 2019. I spent a lot of time actually on that because it was something that I was processing at the time and still quite emotional about. It's hard to plan with this condition. It's hard to know how much you can handle. A lot of things come with a lot of stress. Stress is really, really bad for migraines. It's impossible to completely get rid of stress, but if you can try and keep the things out as much as you can, it does help a bit. IIH and migraines have not only almost taken things away or have taken things away from me, but they've also caused me to have to really do calculations on whether I can move on with some things. Is it too risky to move on to some of these other things that I want to do, because migraines and IIH make it so unpredictable. I'm getting to the point now where IIH is not really a factor. I'm pretty much at that point now, but the migraines constantly are a factor. Basically with the IIH though, the reason why I consider it still a factor, even though I'm not on any medications for it anymore, is because if I have any amount of weight gain, I'm pretty sure it's going to come back again. That could happen for many different reasons, and so it's something that I constantly have to keep in mind. And when you get into some of these other programs, self-care can be a really difficult thing to do. The next one I want to get into actually is that migraine attacks, even IIH attacks, can last for several days. If you do happen to be able to get to the point where you have several periods of time where you're free from these attacks, but then when you do have attacks, they last for several days, this can make keeping a job extremely difficult, because you're calling in sick for those particular days, because remember, you're unable to function during those particular times. The reason why you're unable to function is because you're dealing with things like light sensitivity. You can't handle light during those times. You might be dealing with sound sensitivity, so any amount of sound actually hurts. You might be unable to actually even get out of bed during those particular attacks. There's so many things that happen during a migraine that you may not be able to actually function during those times, and most times you can't. There are very few times during an actual migraine attack that I'm actually able to function. During the prodrome phase, I can sometimes function, especially if it's at the start. And during the postdrome phase, I can also typically function, although I'm dealing with a lot of fatigue at that point. Not only do migraines impact your career and your productivity, but your social life is extremely affected as well. Because you're not able to function, you're not able to go out. And keeping in mind that migraines are very, very unpredictable, it's hard to plan and make plans. If you're trying to have a relationship with somebody, they might become extremely frustrated by the fact that you're canceling quite a bit. It can be hard to maintain the relationships of people that you trust with, even because you're unable to spend the time with them that you want because you're constantly unable to function because you're stuck in bed or you're not wanting to be around anyone. A lot of times when I have migraines, I know I just want to be alone. I want to be lying down often. I'm wanting to be resting. I'm not wanting to be really around anyone, actually. It's just the way I am. There are some people who might actually find the comfort of a partner really helpful, but I know for one thing, I generally tend to like to be alone. So that can make relationships really difficult too, because if you're in a relationship with somebody who doesn't have a lot of time themselves, and you're limited on the amount of time that you're actually able to spend together, and then the times that you can actually spend together, you're unable to because you're the one dealing with a migraine, you can obviously see how that could put a lot of strain on that relationship. When it comes to me, I have to take life moment by moment. There really isn't honestly much planning. I know that I've come to the point now where even my workouts are moment to moment because I'm not able to tell exactly all of the times when I might be feeling okay enough to do a workout. So a lot of the times it's an evaluation upon the minute. Today I have a little bit of time. Check. I'm feeling fairly good. My head isn't too bad. Check. I am not feeling all that dizzy. Check. Let's go do a workout. There are some times where you have to plan things, whether it's a job that involves shift work, whether it's going out on dates, whether it's planning a family event, whether it's the kids have this and this and this to do and I want to be able to go. There just isn't the ability to do those types of things. Now, I don't have kids and I'm not in a relationship myself, so I can often drop things immediately and just go do them, but there are certain things that you just can't do in the moment. You got to plan for them. And I know I get particularly frustrated when I go out to dinner with my family, or I want to go to a family event and then I'm experiencing a migraine and I can't go. If you're enjoying my content, please feel free to subscribe. Remember that it's completely free. It just allows us to reach more people with IIH and migraines. When you're subscribing, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss any of my upcoming future content. If you enjoyed this particular video, be sure to give it a like. If you're watching this on Facebook or Instagram, be sure to like and follow. And as for now, that's it for today. Bye everyone.